craziest item you got from online shop?
Antiques.
Antiques?
Antiques in 1930s.
They turn out to be true, the real item.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You believe?
I believe.
Nowadays, people are buying everything from online platforms, from home appliances, electronics, mom and babies, everything.
Time is valuable for me.
What is most important of this experience to you?
Absolutely, it's saving time.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Crossover. I'm Ji Xiaojun.
Hello from Beijing, I'm Louisa Lee.
Do you do shopping?
I do.
Every day?
Every day.
You can actually do it every minute, every second.
When I'm on the cab, I do it. When I'm walking home,
online shopping.
Online shopping.
You have window shopping, you have real shopping,
yeah, but
and then you have online shopping.
Online shopping via the phone is the easiest way.
Literally, we live now online.
Yeah.
So not just us. You buy clothes, shoes.
Daily necessities, anything you can think of.
So what is happening now in China?
I don't know. This online shopping phenomenon.
Everything is going digital. Everything is going online. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Online shopping, why this is happening in China, for what specific reasons, and what about the future of online shopping in China. And for that, we're now joined in the studio by three guests. Welcome to Crossover. All online shoppers?
All online shoppers.
If you're not, just go out.
Doing it right now.
Right. Tell us what you do.
I'm Dr. Huang from the Chinese Academy of Social Science. I'm an economist.
Okay, you're an economist?
Yeah.
And your research is on online shopping?
Part of my research.
More than that.
More than that.
More than that.
Online shopping is everywhere, so
right.
we need to
The
focus
overall
on that.
economic side of.
So you yourself are also a online shopper, a frequent one, or you do it for your wife or your girlfriend?
I do it daily for myself.
What do you usually get?
You don't do it for others.
So my wife does for herself.
All right.
So
What's the craziest item you got from online shop?
Well, maybe some antiques.
Antiques?
Antiques in 1930s.
But
really? But I feel
authentic?
like I feel like it's something expensive. I don't.
No,
I
it's
don't
not so
recommend it.
expensive.
Yeah.
You know, there are some relics from the after war, so it's very cool.
All
Some,
right.
some
All right. I'd love
military
to
use.
see it.
Right.
So they turn out to be true, the real item.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You believe.
Yeah, I believe. And I cannot find this offline, so I have to go and find online.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the risks actually of online shopping. Yes.
Hello, Xiaojun. Hello, Louisa. This is May from Alibaba Group. I'm from Marketing and Public Relations Committee.
Alibaba is like the platform, right?
The e-commerce giant. Yeah.
Taobao.com is like the platform.
So you're probably a supporter of online shopping. So what do you usually get?
From
Antiques?
almost everything. Almost everything.
Everything.
I guess nowadays people are buying everything from online platforms, from home appliances, electronics, mom and babies, everything.
Sir?
Hi, my name's George Kang. I'm a dentist at United Family. Glad to be here.
Okay, you're a dentist.
I am.
Don't
be afraid, though.
Yeah, let me check your... So you wouldn't have time to do any shopping online. You'd be busy with your, work.
Actually, I do a lot of shopping online because, like you said, I am very busy. I have 3 boys. I'm happily married, so time is valuable for me. So sometimes online shopping can provide a cheaper price, but sometimes just a little bit more is invaluable for me, so I don't have to go to the store and get it myself.
So what is most important of this experience to you? Saving time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's saving time for me.
And the variety, huge variety of choices.
Yes, yes. And especially for me as a foreigner here in China, it's difficult for me to shop anywhere else. Like I can't look up online to see where I should get this particular item. But with Alibaba or JD.com, I could take a picture of it off of a picture and search for it that way and then order it.
Online shopping is also happening in America, but at the same time, not as big as, I guess, in China.
Not nearly as big as China. And part of the reason, I think, is due to logistics. For instance, in the United States, you have major ports. You might have an East Coast port, a West Coast port, and maybe a central port. But here in China, or just Beijing alone, or just a block in Beijing, you're going to have multiple logistic sites so that people can bring things to you within 30 minutes, within an hour, definitely within the day. It makes it very convenient, and also with the lower labor costs versus the United States, it makes it very widespread here in China. I think much more successful than it is in the United States, to be honest.
Just to put into perspective about how big this industry is, you know, the Singles Day we have here in China.
Double 11, that's like a
like Black Friday in the U.S.
Yeah.
Surpassed $25 billion US
for that
sales.
day,
Yeah,
that 24 hours.
So that's equivalent to 168 billion yuan. That
Wow.
is so impressive.
I mean, big numbers never surprise us in
Really?
China. It's always about big
I'm
numbers,
always
right?
surprised, yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's 168
billion yuan.
billion.
Right.
That's
Right.
just
It's
incredible.
incredible.
Yeah.
So you mentioned labor costs. That is true, because these days, you know, when you visit a city, especially the first-tier city in China, Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, anywhere you go, you see all these people wearing uniforms, riding a motorbike with a huge bag parcel, carrying all these items ready to be sent to you, to everyone actually living in a city. It seems the disaster, you know, the miserable period of time of a year would be the Spring Festival, because these delivery boys have gone home, you know, to enjoy their traditional
That's
Chinese
when the
New
delivery
Year.
price goes up.
So it's almost like
It
the whole
doubles.
city stops. You know, basically no function, and then you have to cook yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to go and pick up your own items.
grocery, yeah.
Labor costs. So that's one of the reasons why this is feasible.
It's a very important reason. There are some important issues about the labor cost. Firstly, China's labor cost in production. That makes China's product prices so cheap comparing to other countries.
Not only in logistics.
Not only in logistics. So that makes China to be the factory of the world and the top one exporters of more than 200 products out of 500 in total.
They're produced in China.
Yeah, produced and
So
exported in
close
China.
to half of the products are produced in China.
Yep. So it's very easy for online shoppers to find products and sell online. That is one reason why there is...
So the products tend to be cheaper because you know, it's manufactured in China anyway.
Yeah, you can find it and put these products online. So this is a very important reason for the supply side of the e-commerce in China.
That's true.
push
So
down the price,
the labor
right?
cost affects all these costs in the whole supply chain, in manufacturing and also in logistics. And I'm sure, May, you've also done some research on why this is happening. And Alibaba is located in Zhejiang. That is the place where we see all these SMEs, small factories, and all these small businesses. Actually, it's booming there in Zhejiang province.
Yes. You just mentioned logistics. It reminds me of a very interesting phenomenon because in China, if you live especially in Zhejiang province or the so-called Jiangzhou area.
That's the east side of the country.
Yeah, most of the time the Taobao seller will give you a free shipping. Have you ever encountered
It's all
that?
included, everything included.
Yes.
It's not like in Amazon there is a, what is it called, a Prime?
You have to be a Prime member.
You have to be a member.
A member.
Yeah, like $10 US dollars a month. Yeah.
But most of the time, Taobao sellers will like to give you a free shipping. It's because most of the SMEs and manufacturer enterprises are located in that area. So that won't take them too much cost. They're happy to give you a free shipping.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Labor cost is extremely important, and also China is the manufacturing center, the world factory, and still is until this day.
Technology also plays a part in this.
Mobile phone.
Right? Mobile phone, mobile payments.
That is important. It seems China is not very much a country of credit cards. We use them, but it's never as big as massively used in America, in the West, right?
That's right.
It's almost like we jumped directly from the cash era to the cashless society. It's all mobile payments with Alipay, with WeChat Pay, all these, you know, we only need to carry a mobile phone.
Yeah, but it's also really interesting because that means everyone's using their own cash. Where in the States, a lot of people use money from banks. So that means people have
your money in the future.
Yeah, well, you have to pay back eventually, but you can also pay the interest.
That's right.
You don't have to pay it back fully. But that means here in China, people have the money to spend like that. They don't need to borrow money from the bank.
It's a great innovation of Chinese local entrepreneurs to invent the online payment, such as Alipay. You know, for example, the PayPal is also a kind of online payment, but it is very simple just for pay transactions. But for Alipay, they add a lot of services on this platform, so the Chinese local people are very willing to use the Alipay for everything. It's much more convenient than PayPal. PayPal is just an online Visa. It's not so means too much comparing to Alipay. And even you can make a lot of financing. Find some financing projects on the Alipay.
That is for now.
Yep.
When it was first invented, it was not meant to do so much. Actually, it was invented to solve one key issue, trust issue. Just imagine, I'm buying something from you. I've made an order. Do I pay first, or do you deliver first?
Usually, I deliver first, and then you pay.
Then would you have a war say, I got the item, but I'm not paying you? If you don't have the trust on me, I don't have the trust on you. But why don't we just all trust the platform?
Well, I think it's very interesting, and Louisa touched on a really good point, that there isn't going to be as much consumer debt here in China. And I think that's very important. Debt is running rampant in the United States, and it's sad, especially with the online shopping craze. Here, with this platform, you're able to shop easily. I'm actually able to transfer money to my son safely. They don't have to carry cash. I don't have to worry about that.
True.
I just give it to them on their phone, and they can purchase things, and I can track it as well. So I think the platform is a big part of this online shopping craze as well.
To my understanding, the PayPal, you just need your email account. You can have your PayPal. But if you want to use the Alipay, you need to provide your ID information, your bank information. So it's very easy for the traders to know about you and know about your financial credit. So this is very important in China. When
it's all verified.
It's all verified. You can get access from the People's Bank of China and the Ministry of Public Security to provide information and credit about who is your trader.
In many cases in China, we see people carrying more than just one mobile phone. So we are pretty much like a mobile country now. And without this foundation, it won't be possible. I mean, if you have to rely on a PC to do online shopping, then that means you have to go back home, right? To sit in front of the desk to do the shopping. But now it's like you can do it anytime.
Anywhere you go.
Anywhere. Not only in China, but anywhere. How important is that?
Since 1990s, Chinese government input a lot on the transportation and the information tech and infrastructure. You know, the highway developed very fast since the last 2 decades, and
making logistics and effective logistics system possible.
Exactly. And in 2004, the Ministry of Information Technology initiated a project called the Village Telecom Access Project. So after 10 years of implementation and input, the internet broadband access of the township and the administrative village reached 100% and 91% respectively. So it's a very important condition for the development of online shopping. Otherwise, you cannot find the internet.
You have stable connection to do all the shopping.
Just again, if we come back to that Double 11, the Singles Day, the transaction per second, or at least it's something like 110, 120,000 per second. Transactions.
And I believe it has a lot to do with mobile payments.
Well, if the system is not strong enough, right?
So they use
powerful enough, it won't be possible.
They have to use big data and the cloud computing technology to make the internet resources to support one-day use.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they will be stopped.
And delivery is now made possible, like almost overnight.
Think about all the boxes that need to be delivered, that need to be delivered out.
It's about 650 million packages for one day.
For one day.
For one day.
657 million.
So
that's almost like 1 in 2 people.
Wow.
So for each day?
That's crazy. I didn't buy anything on Singles Day.
Yeah, I buy 2.
Actually, I think Chinese consumers are the luckiest consumers in the world. Because I've talked to my friends in America, South America, European countries. Most of the countries don't have same-day delivery. And even they have, the cost is very high. But in China, first-tier cities and second-tier cities, they all have same-day delivery or second-day delivery. It's very efficient.
Competition, I'd say. Competition is extremely important in this. And at the same time, we have a huge consumer base. If we don't really have such a huge population or a consuming population, and I guess all this business model won't be possible. All right. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion of online shopping.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Online industry has created tens of millions of jobs.
Production costs and delivery costs will be going high in the future.
So we won't be enjoying this low price, high quality, good service shopping experience in the future.
We should enjoy it.
How sad.
Welcome back to the studio, and we're talking about this online shopping phenomenon. You know, let's put aside the impressive numbers. Is it really as pretty as it sounds?
All right, you have some doubts.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us your doubt.
Well, my doubt is, okay, so these delivery men, right now they're not getting paid too high. So what if one day the prices go up? You have to pay them with all the benefits, good compensation, health insurance, everything. Would it still work?
Is it feasible in the future still to keep the low labor costs?
Oh, I don't think it's sustainable. So as the demographic change, China is transferring from the abundant labor supplying country to a labor shortage country. So I think both the production costs and delivery costs will be going high in the future.
So we won't be enjoying this low price, high quality, good service shopping experience in in
We should enjoy it.
How sad.
Yeah, you should enjoy it.
Actually, I think the major force of consumption, they are kindly price sensitive, but not that sensitive, I think.
Yeah.
They are more fond of products with good quality these days. Really.
No, this is really the picture.
Yeah, because the stereotype thinking of Chinese goods, because China is the well-known world's factory, and the stereotype thinking is that Chinese products are always of low quality, cheap price. But nowadays, during the past 2 years, I've went to some place like Guangdong province, Zhejiang province, to see those small and medium-sized enterprises and factories, and I found they are very high-quality products. They even hire international design teams with reasonable prices.
So low price might not be the key issue in the future.
Right.
Well, my question is, maybe the ones with higher prices can survive because the price of the product is high, and maybe the delivery cost is already including the product. And same with platforms that provide low-price products. How can the delivery cost be covered?
I think the most important factors for the success of a platform is the number of users must be...
Again, back to the site.
That again.
Right.
You need to provide free service or low cheap prices to get more users. Otherwise, the platform will be competitive.
They might not be making money on that product.
Yeah.
But they might be making money by recommending these consumers to a dentist.
Yeah.
I don't know how come a connection like that is happening, but probably that's the logic behind it, right?
I hope that we're able to enjoy this delivery system more and more in the future. And I think it's going to be more based upon creating a different system or model, which you touched upon before. There'll be products, good products, define whether I order online or go across the store and just conveniently get it will be price. So I don't think the product is going to be the issue. It's going to be the delivery price entailed in that product. So maybe utilizing technology, robotics, drones, a more efficient logistics system to try to keep costs down as labor costs for the individuals rising.
Shifting it to different areas.
I think that's what we might see in the future. I hope so.
It is happening, actually.
Like
it is happening with all these logistics companies. If you go back to their houses, you will be seeing these robots circling around and they're not colliding against each other. But it seems they're working fine. But a connected question, a related one. You mentioned 650 million parcels a day.
Packages.
All these packages. What a waste of all these packaging materials, all these boxes. Where do they go?
Are they being recycled?
Exactly.
Are they being reused? Or what happens to them?
Let's ask you this question.
Well, I think there are a couple of steps. First of all, we should encourage, I think the whole society should encourage the reuse of the paper box.
But you're the biggest player in the market now.
And we are using biodegradable materials, including the plastic tape. That's not very eco-friendly.
Environmentally friendly.
Right.
That's also what JD said. And every time they said, you can actually give the box back to the guy. So
Yeah.
when they deliver, I was like, wait,
Oh,
let me
right?
take out my stuff. I give back the box. And they'll
Yeah.
take it because they can reuse it. And I feel guilty throwing the boxes away.
Just imagine how
Yeah,
many boxes
yeah.
are circulating
It's
there
going to
every
create a
day.
huge environmental impact. Something should be done in terms of that.
But you, inside your company, you do have...
Yes, we have a special position in our post office so that people can drop their box if they don't want to use it, and other people can reuse it.
If we come back to this business model itself, the perception is it's easier and it's cheaper to run a shop online because you don't have really a venue, not a physical location. Everything is online. So theoretically speaking, or at least some people would think that it should be cheaper to run a shop online. Is it always like that?
Well, I think one thing is about the lower operation cost, and the second is tax-free for most of small shoppers online. So I think this is the idea of the other group. I think they want to provide much more free service to help the SMEs and entrepreneurs to do business online. This is one way they beat eBay or other foreign company platforms.
Yeah.
So I think they are still curious about the development of SMEs.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was thinking, when I was growing up, I used to love to go to supermarkets with my parents. This is more of a States thing, I think.
Yeah.
I go with my parents and my siblings, and we'll go to different aisles. Like my favorite aisle is the chips aisle. We have different favorite aisles.
Different experience.
Yeah, and then you go with my mom, and we get excited. And nowadays, people are just buying stuff online, and your mom is buying stuff online. You're buying stuff online. You don't have that. It's not a big deal, but it could be kind of like a social family event.
It's not like you're sharing that shopping experience with the family.
Yeah.
It's not a family event,
Anymore.
family activity.
It's more like an
anymore.
individual thing, and you just want to buy something and quickly just pay. And
So what do you have to say about that?
It will save you a lot of time and trouble.
Okay, so she's
so just what is
her
your
strategy,
take?
her strategy is discussing the same issue always from a different perspective. Well, George.
I think first of all, in regards to the product issue, I think at some point in time there's going to be a leveling of the price for products. The manufacturer isn't going to be able to squeeze out as much profit, and there'll be a leveling of pricing. And at that point in time, I think customer service will be key. And that's when you're going to see a competition and an increase in customer service, which is great for the consumer, myself. In terms of a shopping experience, I actually enjoy online shopping just because when I shop, it's not fun. Like I'm your typical man. I go in, there's 5 things I need, I go get them, and then I get out.
That's
It's
right.
not fun. But now with online shopping, I can get rid of all those things that I need, like milk's gone, all this stuff's gone. And then I tell my 3 boys and my wife, let's go have fun shopping. Or we walk around the malls, enjoy the facility, and it's not like Mission Impossible.
The functioning part, part of shopping is done already online.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I actually enjoy. So my experience is a little different. Yeah. in
So,
that regard.
George, do you think in the future that online shopping is going to kind of replace the offline stores?
I don't think it's going to fully replace the offline stores, and I think you're seeing hybrids of both already, where even online stores are having their own brick-and-mortar stores.
Yes.
I think for certain things, such as myself, clothes, I'm always going to want to try on. Cars, even if I can buy them, I always want to try. So as a consumer, there's certain things that we still want to poke and prod at. That
we want to touch it.
We want to touch it. We want to, feel it. So I don't think it's going to be gone forever.
What will be your biggest concern then?
For online shopping?
Yeah.
For me as a father and a consumer, it will always be price. So as long as the price can stay low and,
Back to your point.
Yeah, and those delivery guys, I mean, God bless them. They work so hard, I'll get like 4 of them at my door, and I don't speak English, and they're trying to communicate with me. But
how much are you buying?
3 boys,
I can see a lot.
But they work so hard, and they deliver quality service, and so I hope that industry can continue. I think that is part of the new China experience. I really do. You can't experience that anywhere else with the level of customer service except in China.
Yeah, and you do believe that that's going to continue in the future?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah, I hope so.
But online shopping also helps solve social problems. Like online industry has created tens of millions of jobs. We cannot deny
See,
it.
she's coming from a different perspective again. Right.
Right.
Well, it is true. It is
Yeah.
true.
It's booming industry, and we have new cultures like web celebrities, logistic couriers, and designers for online shops. Millions
Yeah.
of jobs.
All these newly created professions, all related to online shopping.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just imagine all these delivery boys. If not doing this, they'll have to go somewhere else to
Right.
find a job.
Right.
Or even
And-
the small mom and pop shops. I mean,
Exactly.
with online shopping, when I'm looking at a product and I don't understand it, I can, because I don't read or write Chinese, I can ask my friend to actually ask questions to that small shop owner wherever they are located all over China, and I can purchase some goods from them after getting some clarification on things. So it's a wonderful, wonderful product.
How do you solve this issue? Say, low price but lower quality. Do you think you're going to change that perception in the future?
I still think there are increasing number of Chinese brands, Chinese manufactured products are improving their qualities, and they are upgrading their industries. The buyers around the world are enjoying Chinese products. For example, like the cell phone. If you go to European countries, especially those second-tier cities or third-tier cities, a lot of consumers are using Chinese cell phone. That's a good example, I think.
So you're selling Chinese products overseas,
Right.
and at the same time we're buying from overseas too. Because we did a special program about this Double 11 shopping craze, and then we did a 6-hour live stream program online, and then we had connections. We have correspondents actually stationed in Macy's. In America, and in UK, and in Southeast Asia, and it seemed that we're not only buying from China, we're buying from around the world.
Right.
They also have introduced some special campaigns to promote their products to online shoppers from China.
Really? Wow.
When I first moved to China, I remember asking people, what can I not get in China? And they were saying, well, you can't get this, you can't. They were wrong. You can get everything in China, plus some.
Yeah.
They were absolutely wrong. And it's a large part due to the online shopping.
Yeah, just wondering, do they still offer 9.9 everything included from Macy's? I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
That's probably the shipping cost alone.
Right. All right, let's take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the future of online shopping.
And to find out more about Crossover, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be right back.
You don't buy things online anymore?
New retail is replacing
What is new
e-commerce.
retail?
It's like a combination of online shopping and offline shopping.
Drones will be used, right, in delivery.
For some remote regions, you do not have highway and railways, you can use drones.
Welcome back to the studio, and here we're going to be talking about the outlook of the industry. Is it future as bright, is it golden? How's
So,
the future looking like?
Yeah, what do you have in mind?
Maybe in the future there wouldn't be a guy delivering to a door. Maybe they'll just drop everything off in that apartment.
You're going back!
No, because the labor cost is going up, right? So like instead of one guy delivering to 10 doors, they could just leave at one spot.
So
and
we
pick it
have
up.
delivery robots, though. Maybe in the future. We don't know.
You
So
wanna
are you
save
worried?
costs, I'm
Again,
thinking-
exactly. Are you worried, say, about delivery boys being too expensive to serve us in the future?
Well, I think, to my understanding, the average salary of the delivery boy is almost like a professor in China.
They're not low.
They are not low.
They're
not low.
They make a lot of money.
Really?
Well paid.
So
They
how
are
much?
paid.
Over
how much is their-
10,000 or even
How much is their
15,000
I think it's about
each
10,000 each month.
Really?
Yeah.
And even for some
Okay, then it's
film
not- I
festival,
thought
it
it
may
was
be
low.
doubled.
Interested?
So there are still a lot of young people want to go to this industry.
That's right.
But it's quite hard. I mean, you
It's
work
hard working.
It's hard
It's hard
long
working,
hours
but
and
they
you-
earn quite decently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think most of them are satisfied about this payment.
It's going to go up. So is it going to happen, like Louisa said? No more delivery boys, everything will be dropped to the square in the middle of your community, and you have to go pick it up yourself.
Maybe now in the Disney movies there are something like that.
No, you know, they have those cabinets where you have to press the password and you can get your box.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be more of those cabinets.
Right.
Yeah.
They still deliver to your house, but you just have to go downstairs to get it from that cabinet.
We got 3 on my apartment.
Yeah, I have it in my apartment.
Right.
And we have an insider. Well, we just asked you. Any inside information
It's all
about delivery?
It's all about technology. And actually, this topic reminds me what Jack Ma said. His prediction is that in the coming decades, e-commerce will be disappearing.
So we don't buy things online anymore?
No, actually, new retail is replacing
What is new
e-commerce.
retail?
Yeah.
It's like a combination of online shopping and offline shopping.
It's pretty much like I still have a store, a physical one.
Right.
But it's not like a traditional store where I don't know your needs.
I see.
Now I know exactly what you need. I know exactly what the
understand.
customers
so
need
based
of
on
this
the
community.
information they get,
Based
right?
on the information,
Okay.
based on the big data that I collected before from you purchasing online. And then I can have, since I have the prediction, I can have all these items ready beforehand, even before you make an order.
Okay, so I go to the store to buy it, or I order
No,
online?
you don't have to.
So you can go with your mom to do shopping, and then you have to complete your order online, and then the data will be left on the platform.
So it's like more or less online and offline being put together.
Yeah, integrated.
Is that the future?
Yes, because we think there are in total 5 new elements that will influence the future of e-commerce.
What are
And that's new retail, new manufacturing, new finance, new energy, and new technology.
Okay, everything is built up on mobile phones again.
Right. And new technologies such as artificial intelligence.
AI.
Right. And in the future, maybe an AI devices can read your emotion.
Yeah, but drones will be used, right, in delivery.
Right. We already use
If no
drones.
human beings, then drones.
Right.
I think it's the future, but maybe they need some time to make the drones much more safe, much more stable, and much more cheap to use.
Is it going to happen in the near future?
I think maybe 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years time.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't imagine having the drone carrying a mattress. Like having something small, because I got a mattress from online, right?
Well, what about a car then?
So I don't think they will use the drones for personal delivery or just custom by custom. They just use it to supplement their delivery system. Huge packages. So maybe today you can use the railways, you can use airplanes and highways to deliver goods. But for some remote regions, you do not have highway and railway. You can use drones to deliver the products to the station there and use the delivery boy to continue to finish the delivery.
You mean reaching the countryside?
Yes.
So that they can also enjoy this online shopping experience.
Yes.
Which is extremely important because you sometimes it's just not feasible that you can be there physically to collect your own items.
Yes, that is a big, huge market in the rural region. I think the future of the online shopping, they have 2 directions. One is going up, better quality, better experience, higher technology, and the other direction is going down, go to much more remote regions, into the rural places. For example, the Taobao have the rural village project.
Then delivery would be made possible even in the future with remote areas?
Yes. You need to make some investment in the infrastructure and the delivery systems. I think most of the rural people now have their mobile phones and internet. So what they need to do is know how to buy online and how to finish the delivery for them.
Yeah. I just still cannot picture the scene in the future with all these drones flying, crossing each other, carrying small or big items, packages, and it's like, it's all flying, right?
It needs to be like a traffic controller, like a drone controller.
But I did read one article, one news story about on-the-ground robots. Basically, they're carrying large boxes but it's within one community carrying.
Yeah.
It's like crossing maybe the street or crossing a few streets, but you're carrying something from this position along a certain fixed route that you're going from one point A to point B.
Right.
That is possible.
Yeah.
Well, then we might have drones one day in our apartments then. You know, just like Luis was saying, just a whole pile of boxes in the lobby, and then the drone just goes up and delivers it to us, as long as there's a set route that can be programmed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're saying in the future to reach further remote areas is also one of the where the efforts are going to be.
Right.
Yeah, the villages say,
Right.
the remote areas, and it is possible one-day delivery.
Yes, with the modern technologies, we are helping to build up infrastructures in remote areas. For example, I've went to Xinjiang area where there are a lot of very delicious fruits and lamb meat, but they have very poor networks to deliver it to big cities. So our rural business is helping to build up the infrastructures there.
So the other side of the traffic.
Right.
What about this? Everyone is talking about consumption upgraded. So how is that going to affect this industry?
In general, we call it online shopping, but they are B2C, C2C,
And B2B.
and B2B. In the past, the C2C grew very fast, so there are a lot of issues about the quality and the information asymmetry. So as people are growing much more stronger in payment for higher quality, so I think many people are transferring to B2C platforms. So because the product is much more standard and the service is much more sounding. So I think this is one way people's upgrading of the consumption will affect this industry. And another one is the new business model is C2M. The customer can make orders to the manufacturers directly. So this is one way of new emerging markets.
I mean, I do agree with you. As a consumer myself, I actually usually look at the one selling the product. I usually look for big brands. I don't really buy from random small users. You know, I go for the safe route.
And you don't mind paying a bit more?
I don't mind paying more because I know what I'm getting is what I'm expecting.
George,
So,
you too?
No, I agree. I mean, I don't just purchase small, inexpensive items online. I'll purchase an iPhone online, but I know the Apple quality is behind it, so it doesn't bother me.
You would consider buying some diamonds for your anniversary, say, online?
Well, diamonds not at all. Online, definitely. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Have you ever bought anything very expensive online?
I don't know. But usually with diamonds, of course, I would bring my wife and we would look at it.
Yeah, just make sure she likes it. What about the other side? You mentioned the manufacturers, and they're also going through this process of upgrading the whole industry. As labor costs are going up, as there is the need for them to upgrade the whole industry, as they need to upgrade maybe the production line and the product line and everything. What does that mean to the whole industry?
To my understanding, the shopping or the commercial side is another part of the production. They are just the two sides of one coin. So they must be upgraded in the same process. So in the past, China's production is much more quantity oriented and standard products, mass production. But in the future, the people not so unsatisfied about the quantity, but about the quality, not about the standard products, but much more stylized quality, standard products. So there will be a huge change in the market demand. So platform is just a medium between the customers and producers. So as the customers want better products, they'll be delivered to the producers via the platforms. So this is the positive side of the industry.
So it's pretty much when there is a smaller gap of information between the consumers and platform and manufacturers, the service model would be different, and the business model would also be different in the future. So you're not worried, say, in the future, the factories will be moving to other countries like, I don't know, maybe Vietnam or Southeast Asian countries, and then when the manufacturing, when the made in China, when the world factory base is not there anymore, that we are not going to enjoy this, you know, convenient service of online shopping in the future. You're not worried about that at all?
No, and actually you mentioned about quality.
Yeah.
And under the situation of new retail, I can share you one thing is that in the future, if you went to Hema and there's every product has a
new
QR,
retail store.
Right, a new retail store, Hema stores. Every product has its QR code, and you can scan the QR code with your phones, so you can track where the product come from, how it delivered. So you don't have to worry about the quality in the future.
So this is again about cutting the information gap and make it more transparent to consumers so that they have some confidence in the quality. Now, as we're now coming to the end of our discussion, I would like you to give us a picture of what online shopping will be like in the future, in 5-10 years' time. George, starting from you as a father, husband, loving husband, and customer.
Well, I think
crazy customer.
I think it's going to, if it's driven towards a consumer like myself, it's going to be more efficient. So as it's been talked about before, I won't even have to pull out my phone. I'll think, oh my gosh, I'm out of laundry. And either the company will know I'm out of laundry detergent because there's a sensor on my counter that has been lifted off because the laundry is empty, or else I'll be able to say it to a speaker or microphone somewhere, and there'll be someone on the other end, they'll say, got it, George needs detergent.
IoT, Internet of Things. Everything will be connected.
Right.
But isn't it scary, though? I mean, the system knows about you even better than you know about yourself.
Right. It's only scary if someone does something bad.
And if you can say to the machine,
which we've alluded to before.
And also if you can say to the machine, that means the machine is always listening.
Right.
Oh, yeah, everyone is, you are being watched.
Whatever you're talking at home, the machine, the robot is listening.
It's convenient, but
What's the price? Right, what's the price?
No, that's from the consumer side, from Alibaba, one of the platforms. What would be the picture like in the future?
Well, we definitely believe that the 5 new elements will definitely change the environment of e-commerce.
Yeah.
It will be more convenient and efficiency. It will save you a lot of time.
Okay.
And big data can predict what you want to buy and
Again,
help you.
So coming back to your point, we're watching you. So what is the picture like in the future?
I'm imagining with the AR technology, I think the online shopping will have better experience than today, and maybe the online shopping experience is equivalent to offline or the window shopping with the AR glasses. So you have better experience, and this is one way. And the second is, today they are selling products or physical products. Maybe tomorrow there are much more services online embedded in the products.
Offering service online. or using a robot arm.
or can you imagine like buying a car and being able to test drive it with like virtual reality glasses?
And then just like,
having a more interactive, tangible experience with the online shopping experience.
Are you not worried about the safety issue then? The safety of personal information?
Oh, I'm always worried about that, but I have trust in the businesses and the government institutions to try to protect them from that with regulations.
It has to be regulated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Otherwise, what is happening today on Facebook, with Facebook, will be happening, and no one likes that.
Right.
Personal information can never be and should never be manipulated in that way.
Right.
Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching this episode of Crossover.
We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.